Yesterday, on December 19th, 2024, a dramatic event occurred in Magdeburg, Germany, which shook the country and the entire world. In the evening hours, just before the closure of Christmas markets, a car drove into a crowd of people at one of these markets. According to initial reports, at least 2 people, including a small child, lost their lives. The number of injured ranges from 60 to 80, with as many as 15 people in very serious condition. The incident occurred at around 7:04 p.m. on Altermarkt in the center of Magdeburg. The man driving the car drove into a crowd of people who were strolling through one of the most popular Christmas markets in Germany. This tragic event took place just a few days before Christmas, when such markets attract thousands of tourists, families with children, and local residents. Initial reports indicate that the situation unfolded during the time when the market was most crowded. After the incident, rescue operations began rapidly. According to information provided by authorities, at least 2 people lost their lives as a result of this act of aggression, and nearly 70 were injured. German media are reporting conflicting details, but based on information from the city of Magdeburg, the casualty count is 2 dead, 15 seriously injured, 37 moderately injured, and 16 with minor injuries, including those with head, chest, and leg injuries. It is known that one of the victims is a child, which further intensifies the tragedy of the situation. However, it should be noted that the situation is fluid, and these numbers may change at any moment. Following the initial reports of the incident, a large-scale rescue operation was immediately launched. Local emergency services began assisting the injured and securing the scene. In addition, police forces arrived to secure the area and initiate an investigation. The police brought in additional units and began searching the surrounding areas for explosives and other dangerous substances. As it turned out, a suspicious bag was found in the perpetrator's car, raising further concerns about possible explosive devices. The city authorities promptly decided to evacuate part of the nearby population. During the night, the police officially informed the public that no explosives were found after the operation. German firefighter Johannes spoke to the media about what he experienced from his perspective. He ran to the market right after the attack. He said it felt like a nightmare. He walked through the destroyed market, with injured people lying literally on both sides. His first thought was who to help first. He decided to assist those who were still without help and took them to the appropriate medical stations. He also mentioned that he used a marker to label the faces of the injured with green, yellow, or red, depending on the severity of their injuries. He emphasized that the people of Magdeburg were shaken by what had happened, but at the same time, they showed tremendous solidarity. He said he was truly proud to see so many people ready to help so quickly. After the attack in Magdeburg, the suspect was apprehended by the police near the rented BMW vehicle he used to drive into the crowd. He was identified as a Saudi Arabian citizen who had been living in Germany since 2006 and worked as a psychiatrist and psychotherapist in the town of Bernburg. The man, around 50 years old, held a permanent residence permit in Germany and had not previously been known to German security services as someone linked to extremist groups. 8 days before the attack in Magdeburg, Dr. Talib A. published a 45-minute video on the Rare Foundation blog. In the video, he accused Germany of conducting a covert operation targeting former Muslims from Saudi Arabia, while simultaneously granting asylum to Syrian fighters. In 2019, the BBC interviewed him, presenting him as an activist helping with asylum applications in Germany. The perpetrator himself declared that he was an atheist. In recent days, he had posted messages with a distinctly anti-Muslim tone. In August, he posted a tweet in which he promised to reveal evidence that the German authorities had committed a series of deliberate crimes against Saudi refugees. On his website, he also posted advice: do not seek asylum in Germany. Additionally, just hours before the attack in Magdeburg, he published a video in which he stated, "The government itself is a criminal. I believe the German people, German citizens, are responsible for what I am struggling with." According to information shared by users from Saudi Arabia on the platform X, the attacker was a man wanted in Saudi Arabia. The German government refused his extradition, citing concerns about the protection of human rights. Talib A., as he reported on Twitter, had renounced Islam, which led to threats from people in his home country. Fearing for his life, he decided to seek asylum in Germany. believing that returning to Saudi Arabia would be too dangerous. He also founded an online platform aimed at helping Saudi women in their asylum efforts in Germany. His apartment in the building was initially surrounded by the police shortly after the tragic incident at the market. Around 3:45 a.m., special forces entered the apartment and the building's basement. After the attack, the German authorities immediately took action to ensure the safety of citizens and investigate the circumstances of the incident. The Prime Minister of Saxony-Anhalt, Rainer Haseloff, confirmed that at least 2 people, including a child, lost their lives as a result of the attack. Haseloff expressed solidarity with the victims and informed the public that authorities had taken immediate steps to clarify the situation. The Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz, and the Minister of the Interior, Nancy Faeser, also expressed their condolences to the families of the victims and emphasized the importance of maintaining a high level of security in cities, especially during the holiday season, when Christmas markets attract thousands of tourists. The attack in Magdeburg resembles other tragic events that have occurred in recent years at Christmas markets across Europe. The most well-known of these was the 2016 attack in Berlin, when Anis Amri, a Tunisian immigrant, hijacked a truck, killing its driver, Polish citizen Łukasz Urban, who was making his last run before the holidays. Amri then drove the vehicle into a crowd at the Christmas market on Breitscheidplatz. 12 people lost their lives and 56 were injured. Since the Breitscheidplatz attack, the area has been protected by concrete blocks and ramps. Amri fled the scene, triggering a massive manhunt across Europe. He was ultimately shot dead by Italian police a few days later in Milan. The Berlin attack became one of the most symbolic events, sparking a wide debate about migration policy and security in Germany and throughout the European Union. Furthermore, the day before the attack in Magdeburg, events were held in Berlin to commemorate the victims of the 2016 attack. Wreaths were laid at Breitscheidplatz, candles were lit, and the names of the victims who lost their lives in that tragic event were read aloud. Just one day later, another dramatic event shook Germany once again. Following the tragic Berlin attack, Germany introduced numerous measures to improve security at Christmas markets and other public places, as well as to strengthen controls over individuals who may pose a threat. The attack in Magdeburg certainly recalls these past tragedies, and the German authorities must now once again confront the question of how to provide more effective protection for citizens. After the incident in Magdeburg, authorities in other German cities took precautionary measures. Christmas markets in many cities were subjected to enhanced security checks. In Erfurt, where another Christmas market was taking place, an evacuation was carried out. Authorities also considered implementing additional restrictions and security measures in cities that could also become targets for potential attacks. The incident in Magdeburg shocked the entire world, particularly in the context of past tragic events. The German authorities are taking steps to clarify the circumstances of the attack and prevent similar incidents in the future. German society, as well as the international community, has expressed solidarity with the victims and their families. In such difficult times, it is crucial to maintain vigilance and cooperation among all services to ensure the safety of citizens during this holiday season. If you're interested in the topic of crime in Western countries, subscribe to my channel and stay updated. If you're interested in the topic of European crime, subscribe to my channel and stay updated.